when I found out we were coming to River Valley, I was very excited because I knew I was going to get to work with Mrs. Holland once again. She and I have worked together before, and I really enjoyed that. The other thing I was excited about was that I knew River Valley was a brand new school, and it was beautiful, and I was excited about bringing our students and our staff here.
Well, the first time, confused because we don't know how we're gonna, what we're gonna do here. You know, all the school, all the rules, all the teachers. You know, to a school in the same building. We don't really know what we're gonna do.
A little bit worried for the younger kids that would have to do without playground equipment and things like that.
How did I feel? I was really very, very nervous. But once we got here and we were able to meet some of the faculty and we saw how much they wanted us here, it made us feel so welcome, and we were very, very excited about being here, and it's just worked out to be a fabulous year.
Beginning of the year, I felt like it was going to be a very long year, just because we were in a different place with new things, and we didn't quite have all of our old stuff, so it was just going to be very challenging because we weren't used to some things. But now it just seems like the year's gone by very quickly, and this seems like home again.
At first I felt a little stressed because I didn't know what we were going to be, what our challenges were. But now that we have come this far, I feel that we have grown together as a group and as a family from Speegleville.
At the beginning of the year, I was kind of scared because it was a big school and I kept getting lost. But I've gotten better now. I know right where I am. And the RV teachers were great, and I've got a lot of new friends at River Valley, and so I'm thrilled that they took us all and brought us into their class and made us a family. So we love RV.
How did I feel at the beginning of the year? I was kind of stressed and kind of worried that this school was going to be too big and too hard for everybody to get around, and this classroom wasn't going to look like a little kid classroom, and that that just might not work. And now I see that kids are flexible, and they made it work, and they found their way around, and everything worked out just fine.
Well, I kind of like the hallways. I think they're decorated.
We have lockers.
Seeing my brother.
They have been really great under our circumstances. They just knew how to get around the building quickly, and it's just they've adjusted so fast to the situation.
The students really probably have adapted better than teachers have, because they were flexible and do what they need to do.
They've loved it. They feel like they're in the big kid school. And we know for sure there's 28 steps from the bottom, from floor 1 all the way to the top. It doesn't matter which staircase you take, there's 28 steps.
Well, they've reacted really positively. I think a lot of the students really like being here on this campus and getting to use lockers. They're excited about that, and that they're familiar with the campus for next year.
Well, the first thing I've done at River Valley is I've had to teach 6th graders this year, which was different for me.
One of the things we've had to do at River Valley is eat lunch early, and I think next year it'll be a challenge because our stomachs have gotten used to eating early. It sounds kind of silly, but as 4th graders, we're used to eating really late, and we had to get used to eating really early.
Okay, we couldn't go to the restrooms when we wanted to. We had to wait to make sure that there were 6th graders in the hall. We've had lunch earlier, just a few minutes.
Take kids on bathroom breaks. And go to lockers. We do a lot more walking up and down the hall, but other than that, we've just been doing a lot of the same teaching we always did. So.
Probably the biggest challenge I've had to face this year has to do with our schedule. We had to change a lot of things about our schedule in order to make sure everybody got PE and specials, and every time we've had a special assembly or some kind of special event, we've had to make some adjustments, and that's been probably the biggest challenge for us this year.
And something that we had to get adjust to the school, you know, that was a big challenge for us.
Well, the challenging thing that I've dealt with this year is that I've had to find new things to teach with. I've had to find new books. I've had to find new games. I've had to find new activities for my kids to use. But some of that's been fun because getting new things is always fun.
The challenge for art and library is that we shared a room. And we have been tight as ever in here, but we made it work.
I guess the biggest challenge is that the classes are so big because we have all the fourth graders together with just 3 classes. When used to, I just had a class and a half. So it's been a lot harder having that many kids and have enough equipment for each one of them.
How to work in a very small room and have 2 different programs going on at the same time.
Trying to figure out how we were going to hold all of our normal functions. The logistics of field day and end-of-year party and kindergarten graduation and roundup, and so I think that's been a challenge.
One big challenge that I've faced this year is not being one-on-one contact with the children.
Would be having to move so quickly and get myself organized, because organization is not my strong suit.
A challenge this year has been our schedule. We have had PE first thing in the morning, and so then the rest of the day we don't have a lot of activity. We haven't been able to have recess until right now at the end of the year, so that's been a challenge for us.
My biggest challenge I've dealt with is probably just walking everywhere. It's a much bigger building and everything takes more time when you have to walk so long and you're not used to it. It takes away for your class time. That's probably been my biggest challenge that I've had to deal with this year.
What has been a challenge? Climbing the stairs many times a day.
Had to walk the stairs. That's been helpful. We also had to, we couldn't eat in the classroom, and that was one of our privileges for the kids.
A challenge? Well, I think it was kind of challenging at first, realizing I had to walk 12 flights of stairs every day, but just like the rest of us, we all did it, and I think maybe we're all in a little bit better shape for it. But we've had a great year.
Walk up and down lots of stairs, a lot during the day. There were a lot of stairs, and I got to walk up and down them lots and lots of times during the day.
One of the things I've learned that's probably the most important is that people really do care about us. When we had to change locations for our school, lots and lots of people in our school district and in our community and in our parents, they stepped up to help us, and that really meant a lot. I appreciated that.
One thing I learned this year was that it doesn't matter where you're at, as long as you're together, you're still a family. So all the Speegleville students have come together as a family this year, and it didn't matter that we were at Speegleville or we were here.
One thing I've learned this year is patience under the circumstances that we're under, and the joy of making new friends.
I learned that you can get through anything, whatever obstacles are thrown.
One memory, a good memory, is that after all that we've been through, I mean, you know, everybody's been so nice, you know, and that we just miss everybody, you know.
Oh, the
good memory that everybody was really nice, and that's a good memory that we'll always treasure.
How helpful everybody was. They were just wonderful. Everybody's been so nice and polite and tries to help me any way I needed it, especially the faculty here at River Valley.
This year has faced us with a lot of challenges, and one thing that I'm going to remember is the way that everybody pulled together and overcame those challenges together.
I'm going to remember how well the students have adapted to their environment, how well that they have interacted with the older kids, and the older kids have interacted with our kids. We've gotten along, and they've come to our classroom to help us, and we've been learning from them by going to look at their posters on the walls. So we've been really collaborating in a lot of ways. So I'm going to remember that.
I'm going to remember the compassion that the River Valley teachers had for us, and I'm going to remember how they opened up their arms to us and let us in and let us become a complete classroom within a complete school within their school.
One of the things I'll remember about this year is the kindness of the people at River Valley and how they have been so nice and helpful to us in our year that we've spent here with them.
The one memory would be the stairs.
The stairs. Having to go up and down the stairs all day long.
Letting River Valley borrow their school while they're still in it. Well, I kind of like, instead of it at recess having rocks, I like having grass instead at the playground. Getting to be at a school with all the students. Mr. Joe. Let us come here and let us borrow their school.
We just want to say thank you to Mrs. Holland, everybody for River Valley. What has happened, everybody coming here and give you opportunity to working for this great school. It's brand new school, beautiful.
I'd say thank you for letting us borrow the school. It's very nice of you. Thank you, River Valley, for the support and giving us a place to go to school this year. Thank you, River Valley, for supporting our school this year. Thank you, River Valley, for letting us stay here. I'd like to thank River Valley for letting us stay here. Thank you for all your support, River Valley.
Thank you, River Valley.
We appreciate you, River Valley. Thank you, River Valley. Thank you, River Valley.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you, River Valley, for being so kind. Thank you for letting us stay here, River Valley. Thank you for being so kind. Thank you, River Valley. Thank you, River Valley.
Thank you, River Valley, and see you next year.